Hey guys, my name is Ona Diasantin and I am here today super excited because I am going to teach you guys how to blow dry your hair safely and effectively. In this video, I am going to be demonstrating how to work with combination patterns. My beautiful model Jolie has two curl patterns. She has in the crown area and apex area, she has a 2 pattern, and in the lower area, the occipital bone area, she has a 3. So I want to teach you how to go about working with combination patterns. So stay tuned guys, because this is one of many videos that are to come demonstrating how to blow hair out like the pros. Our prep work is going to be done with the on brush, and this is for detangling purposes. Then we're going to go right on into the comb, which is a YS Park comb for sectioning, clean sectioning, and then we're going to go in with the YS Park clips, and then of course my Ibiza hair round brush, and lastly but not least, my Dyson. And of course, as well as the tools, let's not forget the products. What you want to make sure, number one, is that the diameter of the hair that you have is the same as the tool of choice, the brush. In my case, it's a round brush, and it's about the same size. That is crucial. Important tip, you're going to hold the brush like this, and you're going to work with your thumb and your index finger. These two fingers are important. So first I'm going to start with my thumb. 3 times. 3 times. When I get to the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and use my index finger and work underneath. Make sure that the blow dryer is behind your work and going with the hair. Pull down and roll on up. Roll on up. Roll on up. And when you think you're done, you're not. Continue. What you want to get to is a glassy finish. Making sure that you're using the right tools. And what are the right tools? Well, a ceramic brush. Making sure that you have a Dyson because it has smart heat technology, or intelligent heat technology, as they would say. And you go for it again. It's not smooth enough, and you can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and use my thumb. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now my index finger, 1, 2, 3. Now, elevation is important. If you want to have fullness, bouncy hair, then you have to blow dry going up against the natural fall of the hair. In Jolie's case, that's what we're gonna do today, just to give it movement and bounce. I like to give it a little twirl. And there you go. Little movement. Ends are nice and crisp. Really nice and shiny. And what you're looking for is a glass finish. No heat damage. Why? Because Dyson has intelligent heat technology. I started at the corner, and now I'm going to bring her head down and focus right over here, right behind the mastoid process. And the same thing, I'm going to use my thumb. 1, 2, 3. Now move a little further back. A little further back. And now my index finger. 1, 2, 3. I call this all around the world. We're going all around the world. You want to make sure that you get the root first. It's so important to go all the way around and make sure that the root is nice and smooth, because otherwise it can get puffy and create a lot of frizz. Then I like to go on your knees. And right above it. So I'm still making sure that I'm going back and forth, making sure that every part of this section is taken care of. And always going up, because remember, for Jolie, we want to make sure that we have bounce. And a really great way to know, do I have bounce, is look at the ends. If the ends have a good bend, we know we're on our way. And I think the most important thing with blow drying curly hair is making sure, see that? That you keep going, don't be afraid, because you really need to get to the glassy stage in order to see really great results. Nice and bouncy. And how do you know you do that? Just by training your eye to see that. It's smooth. There's really no frizz. And that's what you need to train. This comes with experience of knowing what to look for. Practice makes progress. This allows you to make sure that you get every area covered so that there are no areas that are frizzy or left out or curly still. And then go ahead and I'm going up, making sure that there's plenty of elevation. Underneath. But I think the most important thing, obviously, your tools and your technique. It's so important to really have the right tools so that you're not creating heat damage in the process. I love Dyson because it allows me to blow dry hair effortlessly, seamlessly, no noise. It works really well, and it allows me to give a really glassy, soft finish in a short amount of time. And the best part, no heat damage whatsoever. You know, the best of having curly hair is the fact that we can be a little bit versatile.
Right.
There you have it. This is what it should look like. Just bouncy, weightless. It almost looks weightless. Happy hair. See that? Weightless. Bouncy. And now, when we go in here, you can see that the curl pattern changes a bit. This is the area that's a little looser. I would not be treating this area the same as the bottom because the bottom has more of a curl pattern. So right in here, I'm gonna go into the hairline using my index finger, and I'm gonna go straight up. Instead of bringing this down and blow drying, I'm going to maintain the elevation right out of the head. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Index finger. 1, 2, 3. Thumb. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. While maintaining that elevation. 1, 2, 3. Then I'll go ahead . But I also want you to notice that her head is facing down. This allows you to protect your shoulders. It allows you to protect your back. Okay, and that's very, very important because at the end of the day, we want longevity in our industry. So if we're not taking care of our posture and how we stand, forget it. It's over. So allow your client to help you. It's okay. Bring her head down a little bit. And make sure that elevation is nice and up. It's nice and high. Straight out. And it's okay to have your client help you. Gently push their head down. And this allows you to see your work and also to be comfortable. It protects your shoulders, your back, your posture for an easy blow drying session. Much harder to work this way. But if I gently shift her head down, now I still have the elevation straight out of the head, which means she'll get the height that she's looking for, and much nicer and easier on the posture and your shoulders. I like to stay there a few minutes. And when you let go, height, but bounce. Very light, and you can see that there is a natural lift right off of her scalp. This blow dry is going to last you because it's lifted right off of her scalp. She has that nice, it's almost cushiony. She has that nice bounce, and that's how you get a long-lasting blow dry. All around the world. 1, 2, 3. Using your thumb. Index finger. Still making sure that the elevation is intact. just keep going all the way around the world and go for it. I like to get the underneath, make sure that's smooth, but I also like to do the top as well and make sure that's smooth. Most important part, know what you're doing. The end result has to be full. So you want to make sure that that elevation stays intact for you. And when you think you're done, you're not. With frizzy hair or when you have a curl pattern, especially when there's plenty of moisture in the hair, you want to make sure that you remove all of the moisture, but making sure that you're doing it again with the right tools. No heat damage, right? No heat damage. Make sure those ends look great. I like to give it a little twirl. But look at that bounce, most important part. Last piece. Now here, I'll gently lift her head up. Straight out of the head. Look up, honey. And now your thumb. And underneath. Making sure that she's slightly facing down, which helps with your shoulders and your posture. Also with the elevation so that she can get that bounce that she's looking for. You can start to see the lift in her hair. It's not flat. There's a good amount of height. And this makes for a beautiful blow dry. Right in here. Index finger. Thumb. Index finger, thumb, You know, when you're working in a salon and you have lovely clients back to back, you want to make sure that you can really work in a comfortable way so that you're not hurting at the end of the night. So how you stand, how you work with your tools, that's extremely important. What tools you're utilizing is extremely important. What's going to help you? At the end of the day, what tools are going to help you get the work done, get your job done, and also making sure that you're giving that great service. I tend not to use clips. That's just my personal preference. But there's always a technique. I always do the hairline first. That's so important. So the hairline has to be done first. And the chimney, or the last part of the blow dry, is always the top. So the hairline, the front, the back, the bottom, all the way around the world. As I say, using your thumb and your index finger. I do things in threes, seems to work out nicely. Boom, boom, boom. And just repeat. 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 And remember what we're trying to achieve. Bouncy, fabulous hair. And you also want to make sure that that blow dry lasts you. And this is why I love working with the tools that I work with, because it allows me to give great service, but at the same time, I know that I'm doing a service where I'm not damaging the hair. And at the end of the day, that should be top priority. It should be what you want. You want to make sure that you're giving an exceptional service, but at the same time, that people walk out with the integrity of the hair intact, or there is no point in doing hair if you're not going to do it with love and making sure you keep everything healthy. That's what keeps it fun. Again, same technique, nothing has changed. I like to work without clips, that's just my personal preference. But I always keep in mind the size of the brush and what the end result they're looking for, right? What is the end result? 1, 2, 3. Keep that elevation. The other thing I really focus on is where I stand in relationship to my clients. This is so important. I can't stress it enough, because you see me standing here, but watch the hair. Now I'm going to stand behind her, and that's over directing the hair. So where you stand in relationship to the client is also vital for that blow dry to come out phenomenal. Over directing, if you know where you want it to over direct and where you want to go and direct the hair, then no problem. But these are things that we also have to think about. It's not just a brush and a blow dryer. At the end of the day, where you stand, how you lift the hair, where you hold the hair, how you section the hair, what tools you utilize, all of these things are super, super important when it comes to a great blow dry. And again over here, another reason why I really love to make sure that I don't really always use clips is because it allows the hair to dry just a little bit. And that helps you when you're working again in a salon or back to back, right, with clients. You want to make sure that any little trick helps, but you have to work fast. This only works if you can really work fast so that it doesn't frizz. You're not giving the hair a chance to frizz. If you know that you are not able to work really fast, go ahead and use your clips. Definitely use your clips because that will help to keep the moisture in the hair and you don't have to re-wet 500 times. So it just depends on your skill, right? How fast or, how slow you want to take it. Always working both sides, right? So underneath and top. Always going around the root area, all around the world. Remember that. That's really helpful. And when you think you're done, you're not. Continue. When you think you're done, you're not. Because you want to make sure you get that glass-like finish. And that's why I love Dyson. I don't have to worry about heat damage. I don't have to worry about the hair going into shock. Any of those things. And look at that bounce. It's not flat on the scalp. Really excited. We're working our way up. I like to divide this into 2 sections using my index finger straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Now for this part, I'm gonna go and over direct really forward to get even more height at the crown area. Maintaining her head down because this is helping me and my posture. And you can start to see that nice lift. Using my thumb, my index finger, my thumb, straight out, and tight. You can see and when you want to touch it up, go right ahead. it in here. And this is how you get that bouncy, glassy finish. Then I'll go ahead and section it off. This is Glam Mist. I really love it. It's just a shine spray. I'm pretty much keeping it at the mid-lengths and ends, not necessarily at the root area. Raking it in. Smells delicious. You can see all this height, all this lightness, and that's what you want at the end of the day. What I also love about Glam Mist, it's going to give you a very piecey look and shine at the same time without it weighing it down, because you don't really want products that are going to weigh that blow dry down. You want products to really give you that bounce. All right, guys, this is it. The end result. This is how you blow dry hair safely using the right tools and products. Stay tuned for more demonstrations on how to blow dry different hair textures.